Okay, looks like we're on. Discord, huh? I don't know if I need this overlay thing. Okay, looks like we're on. No. That's not going so smoothly. Anyway, right, yeah, so it's 23rd of March. Doing a couple of little tweaks here and there. I don't really need to do a lot. Just kind of some last minute balance things based on the last few tests I did. There's a list I've got there. Yeah, quite simple stuff, really. Nothing too major. Just making some coffee. Good stuff. All right. Yeah, basically just out of the 6 levels, 4 of them have a few little things I could tweak here and there. So, what the hell is this little Discord thing? I don't know what that is. Might be some kind of overlay thing I didn't know about, but yeah, I don't know what it's doing. Yeah, I've added too many things at once, and now I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So yeah, we've got 4 levels that we need to go through. Just kill that background sound. I do need to look into getting some background music. Because I put these up on YouTube, though, I don't want to get copyright strikes or anything, so I need to kind of look into, you know, something that isn't too repetitive, that is not copyrighted, or, you know. So yeah, the first level I need to look at, which is the second level. With that, I need to basically look into maybe upping the difficulty by making the different heights have a larger variety of heights in each of the platforms. At the moment, they're quite samey. The incline and decline are quite similar, so I need to kind of look into that. Rocky Rapids is a little difficult right now. It's kind of it's a bit more difficult to actually define what the difficulty is, but there's definitely, like I've listed there's definitely some overlapping elements. I think not a tarp. Tarp? Tarp? What's a tarp? Tarp? You mean behind me? It's actually quite useful having chat on for once. Tarp. But yeah, the overlapping things. I think it's basically sometimes there'll be a candle behind a crate, and you can't possibly be expected to whip a candle that's behind a crate, because either you'll whip it and it won't look right. Keep doing a test, and I get notifications for it. Oh yeah, I've been testing the last few days, so I'm trying to get the stream stuff set up. I think this is okay. I'm not sure if the volume's right. I guess I should probably run the game to see. So I'll just run Old Londinium anyway, and I'll go back to that list afterwards. I don't know what that Discord thing is down there. What the fuck is that? Is the quality okay? I mean, I'm running at 2560 by whatever, high resolution, like 2K or whatever, but I'm obviously downscaling it. Okay. I don't know what the audio is like. I've got like some headphones in, but I can't hear myself. I should probably... I've got these other ones that I've got plugged into monitors, so... Looks like the chat's disappearing a bit quick. I don't mind it going up the screen a bit. Ah, okay. Oh wow, I can hear myself quite a bit. Game audio is a bit loud, is it? Okay. Right. What's the best way of doing that? Bit of a secret there. Is it not? Game audio is a bit loud. I've got it turned down quite far. Is it just that my voice is quiet? Because the microphone's quite far away from me. Although, when I plug the monitors in, it sounds really, really loud. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll leave it for a second. I'll try and get a third opinion. Yeah, I need a third opinion. Right, okay, so I was going to look at Old Londinium. So my problem was I thought that maybe I should be playing in widescreen as well. Never mind. I think I was meant to fix that last time and I forgot. So my problem was I thought that maybe this level was too easy because the platforms are always long. I don't really go short that much because I figured with the hazard in this level being fire, you'll be going fast quite a lot. So if you're not jumping that much and you're just constantly increasing in speed, then you're going to be kind of less used to jumping whenever you do jump. But I'm going pretty fast now. But it seems it's not actually that much of a hindrance, really, because you do get to slow down through those patches of grass like you just saw. So I think maybe adding some variety in height, or maybe just putting some thin platforms in. I didn't want to do that because I wanted the levels to feel quite different. I mean, that was a thin platform, but I think the percentage chance of them spawning is very rare. I'll say that and they'll be low. Yeah, I knew it. Fuck you, random number generators. Making me look like I'm lying. But I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, basically, I think there could be some more variety in the height. Just because the challenge... I guess I need more testers, really. I've sent the game out to a couple of people on iPhone, and yeah, they just, at this point, people are just saying, can you release it already? We're fed up of hearing about it, so maybe I should get some more testers or something. Yeah, I know. This game has a lot of random number generating and stuff, like lots of dice rolls everywhere. I will be making a more deterministic game next time. It's just... I think I've gone over this a few times, but this was the game I could make, and unfortunately it became the thing that I was always making after that, so... Okay, so I'm just going to look into quickly... just close that off. I'm going to look quickly into how to maybe vary the height, and it's not going to be by a lot. I just want to make a small alteration because I don't want to change the game a great deal, because it is technically done now, right? So but I've been thinking a lot in the last few days. Well, I mean, really, I'd say months, but last few days especially, what I'm going to be doing next. And one of them is, I've mentioned before on the stream, is a kind of an experiment, I guess, more than anything. I'll be picking up my old Cyber Gunner game and making, I guess, fleshing it out more on stream and trying to take some community suggestions and seeing how quick I can implement them. It might be too difficult, who knows. But it sounds kind of fun, and I want to kind of go back to that game and sort of not finish it, because I don't think it's not something I can particularly market or sell, so it's the amount of time I plow into it isn't really as valuable as if I was, say, starting my next game that I'm going to release, kind of thing. So there's that. There's the little bounce the block game I made, and this is I'm gonna find it now. There's a thing called 0 Hour Game Jam I used to do. I say used to do like I did it every weekend. I did it twice. I basically did 2 in a row, and then I think it was 2 in a row, and the third one I did, I basically went over the, not 0 Hour game, 1 Hour Game Jam. 0 Hour Game Jam was the thing I started to do Jack Be Nimble in. But there's something called a 1 Hour Game Jam. Let me just find it. So it's, oh, weird. So it's here. Can you see that? Yes, you can. For some reason, I made 2 games, but they seem to be the same thumbnail. But basically, this is a game you just make in an hour. That's it. It's like, I'm not particularly. I haven't made a lot of games on my own. I mean, Jack Be Nimble's still going, and it's been like 3 or 4 years or something now. I mean, obviously I did release it on iOS originally, but over time I've continued working on the same thing, so I've not made a load of other things. So really, my game experience is still currently 1 when it comes to solo things. So I'm not particularly fast. So this was the first thing I came up with. I think it still works. I mean, you can see just by the thumbnails, most of these other games look better than mine. Although that's not actually a thumbnail of the game. My game looks a lot worse. There you go. I updated the name recently, but that was it. That's all I did to it. So it's literally, this is the game. This is all there is. It's called Tap Grid because you tap and there's a grid in the background. And all you've got to do is bounce a little square by clicking underneath it and before it disappears, and then that's your high score. That's it. Like that was all I could do in an hour. Like, and you can see how cheap I went with a lot of this stuff. It's like, right, how can I make no art but make a game in an hour? Throw effects on the screen. Definitely put scan lines because retro and stuff, right? Yeah. Not Star Marine. No, it isn't. Although no, I'm not allowed to stream it actually. Yeah, well, yeah. I will be playing Star Marine soon at some point. I just don't know if I'll be able to run it on my machine. But yeah, this is a game I made in an hour. Like, yeah, it's. I basically because I didn't think I'd never done anything with physics before in 2D, and it is literally I'm wherever the mouse is, I'm using basically putting a filter. I was reading what it said in the chat then. I'm putting like a physics pulse in the opposite direction. And yeah, it's just a like stupid little tap game. I can stream 2.61, yeah, but I am more interested in 262, so I will be doing that as soon as I can. But yeah, this was the game I made for in the 1 hour game jam. The first one I made like 2 years ago or something. And I thought, I kind of like the idea. Maybe because on the PC everything's widescreen, I thought I'd make it widescreen. But it actually, you don't want to move the mouse so much, so it made more sense to move it to a vertical format, which I've started to do. So I've got this game in a nicer state. It looks better than this, which I'll show on stream sometime. Not right now though, because I don't know where it is. And let's find the other one I did, just for the sake of it, because I do plan on doing more of these 1 hour game jams. This one, you can tell that I was a bit more confident. So, well, for one thing, this one's got sound. So the idea is that your energy is always going down, and you've got to basically eat to stay alive. It's it's one of those old retro style things. It's horribly balanced though. yeah, it's like it's really not very well balanced. So the idea is that you've got it's pretty random too. Again, more random number generators. So yeah, like basically, you can actually live forever just by kind of like spamming the wall here. Like you could just spam the wall and inevitably something's going to spawn, and when you kill it, you'll get the health back. Because the idea is that you lose health over time, but you also lose health from being hit by animals. But there's a you know, a damage invulnerability state for a while. So when you get hit, you kind of blink like that, which means you actually have enough time to get hit 2 or 3 times. In that time, you would have killed more animals. So yeah, not very well balanced, but I made it in an hour, so that's why the art's sort of sucky. But I think it's got kind of a charm to it. There's a few little needless things I did, like the little particles when you're jumping around. It seems to be running quite slow for some reason. How do I full screen this thing? I thought it was F12. No, that's debug, isn't it? F11, there we go. Right, good. Yeah, so there's a few little like touches there. I quite like that little like sand effect, and it's different colour depending on what you last touch, which is quite cool. It is kind of difficult. I can't remember if I made controller, like, you know, 360 pad controls or anything for this. It would be easier. But yeah, the idea is that the so the little yeah, mum, yeah. The white birds, or the, I don't really know what they are. Like, so I guess they're birds, so they leave a little turkey thing behind. And then the ones with the beaks, which I guess are sort of seagull things, they leave an egg for some reason. And the gold ones are worth more. It's the same with the sheep and the rams. But yeah, this was something I made like kind of quickly. I don't think there's much more to do to this. Like, I don't think I'd take this any further. I think it's just kind of a funny little thing that I made for an hour. You know, like, it's quite cool. Doesn't really need anything more to it. I mean, there's obviously places I can improve it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the Castlevania reference is obvious, right? Like, always. But yeah, I mean, I could make it so that, one thing I was thinking, that rather than the bar going down over time being the thing that you were fighting most, that your movement and your actions would make it go down. So you think about it, rather than it being like hunger like it is right now, it would be more like stamina. So as you move, it drops. So, and then maybe firing would make you lose more energy. That would make more sense if it was a bow or something, I guess. What's kind of interesting is I was working on Far Cry Primal when I made this, so there might be something to do with that there, why I was making this game. Yeah, Christ, that means it was quite a while ago I made this. But yeah, I didn't do any more. I didn't do any more after this 1 hour game jams, just because I'm pretty sure I started one that wasn't. That I just didn't finish. But yeah, I'll put the URL into chat, because what the fuck? Because it's a pretty cool jam. I like it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't actually realise how similar these were. I probably used the first game as a code base for this one, which probably meant it's probably helped this look better than the other one, or at least scope wise anyway. Yeah, I think I did a third jam and I couldn't get as much done as I wanted, and I probably got annoyed, and that's why I didn't do any more. But I do plan on going back to it. It's quite fun. Right, anyway, so yeah, that's what I kind of plan to do after Jack Nimble's done. Like, kind of do a couple more, well, go back to that Tap Grid game, do the Cybergunner Twitch thing, and then yeah, I mean, it could go the Downwell route, I guess. Like, that would be like if I was to try and take it like, you know, much further, but it's fine. I've got other ideas. But yeah, so after Jack B. Nimble, I do the Cybergunner Twitch thing. I also work on that tap grid thing. Again, that'll just be something free I put on itch.io probably. I changed the controls. It's no longer mouse, it's keyboard instead. And yeah, it would make sense to put on a phone, but it didn't really. I tried putting it on a phone, didn't really run very well, and I'd have to port it to a different engine, I think. So, nope. And then after those, like after I've had a big enough break after working on this game and having some fun with some other little things, including some 1 hour game jams, I guess, which I might stream the development of if I feel confident enough to show my horrible coding, which I'm doing right now actually. But then I will start working on game number 2, which at the moment I believe will be a first-person shooter. Yeah, I think it'll be a first-person shooter. It'll be a first-person shooter, and I'm pretty damn sure I know what it's going to be. So that'll be something I'll be doing. Probably in a few months. It'll be a little while away, I think. Like, this'll take... This game won't be done just yet, so there will be some more stuff to do. Yeah, so... Yeah, the engine, like... Jack B. Nimble has problems on iOS. That's why I have to go through I have to jump through a lot of hoops with it. It's a pain. Because I have to use a thing called Cocoon.io, and there's not a lot of documentation. It doesn't really work exactly the way I'd like. That's why there's a few graphical issues that I'm not happy with, but I'm living with them. Different engine next time. He was streaming some game dev the other day. Should have been there to make funnier maps. Yeah, I should have. Well, what time was it? I didn't know. Was it during your normal stream or? I don't know. I didn't actually realise how awkward it was to speak through the chat on stream. I guess I used to do that all the time, and a few people asked me to get something called Discord, and I didn't know what that was, and now I've got it. I don't really understand it. Oh, on the other channel, I don't think I've watched that yet. Right, where were we? We were on level 1, right? Yeah. Okay, so later in the night. So if it was later in the night, I guess I was probably asleep. Like I'm trying to fix this. I usually, for the last few months, I've been sleeping around 3 or 4 a.m. It's not good for you. It's really not. It starts giving you all this shit around your eyes, and yeah. Not good for weight gain as well. It's crazy. You start putting on extra weight. It's terrible. Really not good for you. And it catches up to you, and it, like, when it does, like, you can't function properly. But yeah, I'm trying to sleep a little earlier these days. Trying, not very well, but took a page out of my book, decided that I didn't like the flow, streamlined things. Been working for 2 years, but well, I mean, that's cool that if the community exists and they want you to work on it. I mean, you just got to work out whether or not it's worth your time. How big the community is, if you're going to get anything from doing it, like that kind of thing, because yeah, you only live once, right? So what you do with your time is kind of important, right? I guess. I say as I, work on the same thing for years and years and years. It's fine though. I do actually enjoy it. You have minimal Modeling experience. Yeah, I mean, I don't do a lot of it. When I start doing the aforementioned first-person shooter, I will be doing quite a bit of modeling then. In fact, I'm probably going to be doing a lot more modeling before I'm even in the engine. I need to get back used to doing that stuff because I've never done anything too complex. I've never done anything organic, for example. So I've never done a human or anything. Yeah, so that's probably going to take me a while. I had another little game idea recently that I was going to start doing, and I jumped in Unity, started making something like very, very basic, and I realized the idea wasn't really a game idea as such. It was like an art project. So I didn't need Unity. I needed like Max, Maya, or Blender or something. And that's where I need to spend my time, which I will be in the next few months. Aforementioned FPS that starts with an S and ends in a 2. No, not Star Marine 2. Something, my game, like something I'm making in my own time. I was working on a shooter a while ago. A few people saw it. Yeah, it's... No, it's not Squadron 42 either. My own shooter. No, yeah. Yeah, I am... It's going to be my homage to... I'd say Quake, but Quake fans probably wouldn't agree. But I really like Quake, and I want to kind of... The thing that started me off in wanting to go down that road was that I was going to make a map for Quake using one of the new level editors. There's a really good one called Trench Broom, and it's on its second version now, and it looks pretty cool. I haven't tried it out yet. And I'd like to make a map for Quake because I really like the mechanics. I like the poly, the poly count and the overall like limitations of the engine. I think it looks great. But it felt like not a waste of time, but the amount of time I'd need to get onto the Quake, to get used to working in it, because when you work on another game like a mod, you need to know every texture, every combination of textures, and you need to know how to put this stuff together to make it look like it's a part of the game, but also interesting ways to make it unique and make it your own. That's something that takes a really long time. You need to play the shit out of the game. You need to know it like deep. And I think I do know Quake deep, but I don't know it to the point where I'm walking around, I go, right, that's insert name of texture from insert name of WOD. I know that set will go together, and I know how to make that shape and that geometry, and I know how to apply textures to that. And that's something that I'm not quite at that level with Quake. I think I'm a big Quake fan, but I'm not at the level where I can just automatically open a level editor and it's like, right, I know how to put these pillars together with these stairs, this doorway, and how to put these archways together. Like, I don't. I've tried, and I just don't have the familiarity and the knowledge of the engine. The game itself. Because the editor's fine. It's just working with geometry, but then knowing how that geometry maps to those textures is really important. There's a difference between an amateur map and a professional map, and even though I'm a professional by trade, obviously, like I don't automatically know every game in and out. So it's put the Doom cheat. What Doom cheat code into Quake? Which one? Like IDDQD, IDKFA? Which one? I don't know. ID clip. That's actually why I used to call the company ID, actually, because I used to spell the cheats out. IDKFA, ID clip. I didn't say id clip, although clip, that's not KFA, is it? Yeah, but I know it's id, after ego and all that kind of stuff. Right, so let's look at heights. So one way that we can make the heights different is we change the random amount. We take more of the base height, I think. Add random. So 50 is the minimum it's ever going to be. Okay. What do you call her? Not mum. Oh, mom. Right, yeah. That doesn't sound right coming from me. Ooh. I need to buy a Mother's Day card. Right, I'm going to put that on my list. Where is it? Right. Well, that's seeing behind the curtain a little bit. Okay, that's on the. It's on the. There you go. It's at the bottom there. It's there. Need to do that today. Probably won't do that on the stream, but need to have it there. Brit saying "ma'am" sounds like mom. I say mother? Mum. Mum. I guess I say mother. I don't know. Mother? She's not here, obviously. Yeah. I don't know. I've never really thought about it, to be honest. I know I've never said mom before. Even saying it now sounds weird. Or ma'am. It's very northern, I guess, where I am now. So 50 is the base level, so that's the lowest point the platform can be when it's generated. And the random 40 is how much higher it can be. So if I say made that 50, that's quite a lot. That's 10 pixels higher. That is increasing the difficulty. Potentially too much. Let's try it out. I can just have maybe 2 runs and no, fuck it. I'll do a couple just to see what kind of difference that makes. Yeah, shift and tab. So what's that going to do if I do that? I guess it'll bring up the microphone stuff in Discord. I need to work that stuff out off, not during a stream. But yeah, basically, back to the Quake thing. I really wanted to make a Quake level, and I just didn't know it enough. So I needed to invest a shitload of time in, you know, learning the textures and all that kind of stuff. Wait, one sec. Doctor Who's the only time I hear Brits say ma'am, it's always mom. Oh, mom! Right, yeah, okay, that's different. Yeah, that's almost a formal thing. Which I can't really say. Like you say, it's like a MA, one of them things, AM. So the world knows it's exactly what it's like in America. Okay. Yeah, it's quite a formal way. I mean, I guess that's what you'd say to the Queen, or in the military. It doesn't sound natural to me for me saying it, though. Never been a military chap, so. But yeah, as I was saying with the Quake stuff, I'm not willing to dedicate that amount of time to learning a game, especially a game that's that old. I mean, I fucking love it, and I love that people are there's still a really big community for the, especially single player maps for it. And yeah, look, there's been a bit of a Quake revival lately. I think it's only going to get stronger because Quake Champions doesn't look like the sort of thing that people actually want from Quake. So it'll just make the desire for an actual Quake that much stronger, I think. But yeah, instead of investing the time in a game that already exists and is ancient, I should just make my own and become an expert in that, so that I can keep churning out levels and stuff. Of course, that involves a lot more time. Wow, okay. This is going quite fast now. But yeah, I should just make my own game. And it will take me a long time. But I'm gonna make some, I would say, like, some clever choices like I have here, like kind of keep the visuals lo-fi, but do you plan on trying the 7-day FPS jam? When is it? I didn't, I remember there was a 7-day FPS jam, I've forgotten when it was now. There was one like a couple of years ago. It's the one that Receiver came from. There's one where Superhot came from as well. But I haven't seen one since. I think I follow the Twitter account. I've not seen a post in like 2 years or something. I don't know if they're still doing them anymore. Because I think they were held by JW of Vlambeer fame. And moved out of the way there because I've got the huge ass Vlambeer thing there. It's really fucking cool, actually. Actually, I'll grab it. Oh, fucking hell. It's pretty heavy. This thing's badass. Look at this. Fucking huge. Alright. But yeah, I think one of the two guys from this hosted it. Let me open this thing. It's fucking awesome. Jesus. Alright. So you get this right. This is too big to fit on my desk. There's this cool like postery thing. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I don't know what it's actually for, but it's cool. It's just, then that's just got all of their games on it, like sort of. And I don't know whose signature that is, or autograph, I guess you could say. I don't know whose that is, but I'm assuming it's the artist for the games. And then it's, well, I'm not gonna hold it up all the way, but like, yeah, it's signed as well, which is nice. And there's this there's a book, which is again fucking huge. I don't know how many keys I just hit on my keyboard there. But yeah, it's fucking decent book. And then there's like this a pen and a notebook and stuff. And there's a little card at the back with all their games on it. It's pretty fucking cool. That came a couple of weeks back. I forgot I'd ordered it because they fucked up the order. Obviously they didn't. The company who was handling it did, but yeah, I really like Vlambeer's stuff. But yeah, fucking cool. Haven't read it yet, but it is cool. Massive as well. Yeah, been getting a lot of special editions lately. Like, have a look at another one that I just got. Haven't actually looked at this one yet. This one's Republic. Haven't played it. I think it's like a book thing, but it's secretly it's not. Look, it's a. Oh, there is a book inside it. I don't actually know what this is. Oh, yeah, it's because I backed it for probably a lot of money. Oh, this is actually really cool. What the fuck? Holy shit. Nah, that is cool. Like, it is... Like, where the fuck's the camera? That is actually a book. And it's got these little hand notes and shit. That's fucking great. I think it's... What the fuck? This is awesome! I don't even... You can see that, but... This is great! Yeah. Fucking cool! The things I find on my shelf! Oh, this is really cool. I should appreciate this shit more. There's something else in there as well. Oh, looks like... I'm assuming it's a sealed still, but I'm assuming it's the game. That's fucking cool. It's really well presented. Like, it's got, like, in the book thing, it's got, like, this little insert thing. That's where the disc goes in the book. Really cool. I'm not one for really... Well, I mean, I'm going to say that, but I just looked at two fairly big special edition things, but I think it probably is the soundtrack and the game. Hopefully it's the game, because I've not actually played it. Yeah, that's really cool. Holy shit, I backed that in 2012, so I would have been working on Watch Dogs when I backed that. It was relevant, I guess. Yeah, there's a few other things on there that I haven't opened or looked at yet. I just, basically catching up with all the things I backed on Kickstarter back in the day are all, yeah, I guess coming out now, so... Yeah, I should put it all on Twitter at some point. I used to do that. I used to be like, if I got something I thought was cool, I'd take a picture of it and throw it on Instagram or something, but I don't do that anymore. Don't know why. No reason. Right, so I don't really feel that the height changed much. It just feels too similar every time. Again, as soon as I say something, it's different. Fuck you, random number generators! Am I okay with this just being a little bit easy? The thing that I don't like the idea of is that somebody could just, I guess, game the system by just playing one level a lot and then unlocking everything and then maybe getting bored or something, like, just because I know some people need that feeling of I need to play more to unlock stuff. I'm not like that. I don't really need to. I like to just experience everything I can in the game. But some people like to be told when they're done. And I do understand that totally. I get that with narrative games. I instantly make a distinction between side content and campaign content. Like what the main game is and what the stuff like towers. Basically. But yeah, if I make this too easy, then people could like kind of screw themselves out of that progression curve I've got in the game. Right, yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, it's just because you could keep grinding this level, and if you find that it's particularly easy, you might just end up unlocking everything, and I don't really want to rob people of that feeling of, well, yeah, the feeling of progression. There are some really pain-in-the-ass achievements to get there. One of the characters to unlock is... I've only done it a few times myself, so I can't imagine anyone's going to do it. And one of the achievements is running for a really long time. Like, I think it's 250k. That's a lot. I should have probably lowered it, it's a bit harsh, but it's fine. It's kind of like my, what game was it? I had a stupid achievement that just took forever. Gears of War. Like, the kill thing, it was like kill 100,000 people or something. It's called Seriously, I think. Alright, one more time. I'm gonna see how this feels. I'm gonna concentrate a bit more. You do the stuff up to 2 or 3 times. do stuff 2 or 3 times after it's too easy. Yeah. Level 8, store animation, fighting level 60 stuff. Yeah, I mean, I do the same. I like. I think currently in Fallout 4, my game time is about 200 hours. I don't really play a lot of games either, or at least play a lot. One game a lot, you know. But that game, for some reason, stuck well with me, and I played about 200 hours, and I hardly even touched the story content. I basically just wiped out the top half of the map. You know, I explored almost everywhere. And yeah, it's just taken me 200 hours to actually. I think I hit an hour 150, I think, and that was when I started doing the story stuff. Like, I just started it. Like, right now, I think I've. In fact, I can't really say spoilers. Basically, there's 3 factions in it, and yeah, I ended up. I've got to the point now where. Well, there might be more than 3 factions, I don't know, but there's a point now in the story where to progress, I need to choose which faction to side with on a particular thing. So, yeah, I'm there, and that's taken me 200 hours to get to that point. It's crazy. What's this? You're gonna head out, yeah, life, man. Gets in the way. Get you into avocados. I don't know how to do that. I think people get selected for issues given to the issue council, I think. Based on the people I know who are in avocados. And, yeah, like, based on how many issues I see from there, I have taken it upon myself to kind of bump things up. I mean, not people, but issues, because, yeah. 262 we're going to be fixing a lot. It's pretty awesome. I'm quite happy with it. I was really happy with 261. It's cool to be able to do this. Yeah, have a good night, man. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Monday. Should be fun. I did the story on it. Made me, but spent 286 just making all the outposts maxed out. Yeah, the outposts, I started doing some of that stuff, but I think I was frustrated with the interface quite a bit. What was that? You think Mega Maps will fix desync? No, they won't. It's a separate issue. They're two different. They're 2 totally different things. Mega Map won't help. Desync. I mean, it would help it, but it won't fix it. The problem might, Mega Maps might make the problem not be visible to anyone, indirectly, but the problem would still be there. The problem needs to be fixed, that's all. People are looking into it. I don't know when it will get done. There's a lot of things being done right now. But Mega Maps are cool. Like, nice to get, fast loading times. There's a few little benefits we'll get from it as well. Don't know if everything will be in 262, but some will, and it'll be cool. The desync stuff's still being looked into. Yeah, they're working on it. Meanwhile, Demian's getting pretty solid now. I'm getting more confident that it's going to become competitive, you know, it'll be fair, no matter which side you're playing as. It's getting close, I need a bit more testing, so it might be very close in 262, but in future, you know, whatever's next, I think we'll nail it. And Echo will be next. I'm doing them one at a time. And then whatever comes after, you know. Right, okay, let's see how this is going. So I'm going to try and aim for 25 candles and see if I can do it. Because one of the things is it is quite easy to run and just keep reacting, but keeping your accuracy high and hitting candles actually does take quite a bit of concentration. You see, The problem could be the frequency in which I'm giving the player grass patches. It might be keeping them at a low... See, just then, the fire spawning the same place as the candles. It's really annoying. Oh shit, sorry, I didn't know that was up. No problem. Yeah. I should probably get, some shortcuts on the go for that, like, to swap between different, sources. And maybe not use that for a source, like, I have an entire source just to show that, that window. Yeah, it looks like I can get 25 candles. I'm not really concentrating that much. And, yeah, I mean, I am quite good at the game, but... It's the grass patches, they're too frequent. I fucking hate that the fire keeps spawning near the... Yeah. Yeah, I've just hit 25 and I'm not feeling it. You see, the thing that annoys me is that this level was better tuned before. Before I made the spawning code change. Jeez. Starting to feel difficulty now, maybe it's around that kind of mark. But the thing was, before it was so random, like, you just... I just lost some accuracy there. Yeah, it was way too random before. Everything used to be based on time, now it's based on intervals, so it's basically counting platforms and it's giving you... And a platform allows more platforms to... spawn other items, so it could spawn a candle, or it could spawn a, you know, a bonfire, or a patch of grass, or both in some cases. Whereas before it was just like, it was constantly ticking. It was just every 3 seconds it was like, I'm going to spawn a candle, I'm going to spawn a patch of grass, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, so... No, not ideal. My housemate's back. Okay, so you could put tons of grass in it, slow it down so much people give up. Well, that's the thing. I don't want anyone to be in the situation where they stop playing because they're bored. Like they go, like, right, I could keep getting a massive score all day, but I've got to go take a shit. No, you'd probably be playing this while taking a shit. I've got to go. Do my taxes. You know, something like that. Yeah, so basically, I don't want people quitting from that. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that, because it just means upping the difficulty, really. Yeah, anyway. Let's open up the task window again. Overlapping elements. Right, it's the biggest beef of the game right now. Dev's got to be worried, which I feel how on some levels didn't quit though too. Yeah, I mean, with that, at least that's so difficult that the game's so difficult that you could quit out of frustration. I mean, at least that's. And I think that there's an element where like frustration is actually a bit more palatable than being bored. You know, choose need to HP value if you're running too fast. Yeah, I mean that's another thing. There's no enemies in the game, so there's not enough dangers, and that's the problem. Like that is the second level, and with it being endless, there's no end point, so you kind of need to up the difficulty from the level itself. Not people so much if they hadn't the XYZ game. No, it's common. Yeah, I mean, I've got so many fucking games on my shelf I've not finished. But none of them I don't finish because I got bored, because I had mastered it, you know, like the difficulty was so beneath me. Please don't have bats. There used to be bats. They're gone now. Yeah, so see, I'm gonna leave that as is for now. I mean, I might come back to it. I need to do a proper comparison, like, you know, compare some footage and actually see where the differences are in difficulty, because I don't really feel the problems with that level. I think it feels right, and really that should be considerably more difficult because it has the additional fire to make you go faster. Flash and Ninja Guide. Yeah, no. What time is it? I think I'll stream for another 10 minutes, I think. Yeah. So what are we looking at? Let's go to tasks. Overlapping elements. Let's look at green growth kind of quickly, see if there's anything that's really obvious. Okay, so it was kind of obvious then that there was some problems because everything was kind of close together and I need to separate them, so I'm going to go through some like code now. Yeah, there's a couple of different ambient effects in there, like there's like a loop and a few other, like, you know, obviously just the sound effects from the game, but yeah, there's a few loops in there, I think, that I run in a couple of different places. I'm just setting up, I got some stuff popping up on my screen at the moment. Huh. I wonder if is that working? Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to set up push to talk. It's getting late. Yes, I'm just basically going to look at the different hazard elements and basically make sure that if one is spawning, I'm doing a check and I'm deleting the one that I think is least unique for that level, basically. I wonder if that's caused by Discord. Yep. Oh, hi Karen. Thanks for following. So I need to work out whether random block is spawned. I can't remember. I think it's every frame I say grass, rock, fire, and yeah, and I choose whichever one is on that frame when I'm trying to spawn something. Right, so I think I know the issue. I basically need to do a test to see what things are overlapping, then fix the overlapping, then fix the balance. Because basically I had every 5 platforms that block should have spawned, but I've commented that out because I want it to happen every single time for the purposes of testing. So I'm going to do that now. Oh, hi, Reetheus? Thanks for following. Right, so definitely saw rock overlapping fire then, so I need to fix that. And I think in this case I'll probably be deleting the... I don't know which I'll choose, but I think the rock might be more unique to this level, so I think rock spawns more frequently, so I think I should probably delete the rock, because fires are there less. So I'll do that now. I'm basically just going to make it so that if there's ever rock overlapping fire, I'll delete the rock. Looks like I've already got it in for the grass. I just need to do the same for the fire. And this should be all I need. Yeah, I mean, is that Retheus 04, right? I think. Headphones are annoying me. Three bastards with Retheus? Right, so we know it's working now because based on the code, every single platform that has a rock on it should also have fire on it. So if they're ever overlapping, the rock should get deleted. That's weird. I forgot to remove the ingredient type, so it needs to do it every time, not waiting for the ingredient random selector thing. It should be okay now. Yeah, I know. I needed to make a tree trunk, but yeah, the train journey wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be, really. Yeah, it could have gone a lot better. Next time I get some time, maybe I'll do one. Maybe. Well, that worked. I'm gonna try that again, it's kind of cool. I'm pretty sure it's working. I'm going to try a few more times, just in case. I'm pretty sure it's working now, although I did see some grass that was dangerously close to that fire, so maybe that needs to have an offset on it as well. Maybe. But I think it's working. I'm going to try a few more games. There's no harm in it. Shouldn't have gone for the candle. Yeah, pretty sure that's working. Yeah, one more go though. Okay, I think that's working fine now. So now this should be just everything with the right balance. So things should be spawning at the right times and they should be spawning in the right places and it should be fair. So we'll see if that's the case or not. That was almost perfect. Damn it, that didn't feel particularly fair then. Like, it was a bit off. Yeah, this is a lot better tuned now. I'm quite happy with this. Yeah, I'm probably going to call it here for now, actually, because I've got, like, well, sleep to have, and I kind of want to play some Counter-Strike, actually. Yeah, basically, a new map came out, and I haven't really played it much, so I want to try it out, get used to it. Yeah, so, what day is it today? Friday. Will I stream? I might do a stream tomorrow, maybe. Oh, the bounce seems cool. Yeah, it does in the map, yeah. Yeah, the music's amazing. It's by Barry, my friend. Yeah, just Barry. I need to get a bot in here so I can like paste in the link to his stuff. But yeah, I'm off now anyway. So yeah, I just realised how tired I am. Yeah, so I'll probably be back tomorrow, like an hour earlier than I was on. So probably about 9 p.m. GMT. Yeah, so I'll be doing more of that. Well, basically finishing off what's left. Yeah, so the important ones are there. Buying a Mother's Day card, that needs to be done tonight. Yeah, so basically working on the last level and probably readdressing that first level I was looking at earlier, and then the water level. I need to do the same thing I did with this, but with the overlapping elements. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, until then, have a good one.